Let's talk a little bit more about the Horseman days in regards to Ole. I don't think we talk enough about Ole. Uh, Ole was obviously an old school guy, the former tag team partner of not only Arn Anderson, but Lars before him and Minnesota Wrecking Crew, and owned a territory, an old school, rough and tumble, gruff wrestling guy. And it feels like, because of the shoot interview era, or maybe because he's not active on social media, I don't know. I don't think he gets enough credit for his contributions. What say you, Tully?
I, he was part of the Horseman thing for maybe 6 months, Arn?
First go around, yes. And he told us coming in, it was almost, he let everybody know there was no mystery that his son was wrestling at UTC, and he was hell bent on when wrestling season came around, he was going to take some time off and go watch his son wrestle. That was something that was a discussion with the office. It certainly was not a discussion with me. You might have been privy to it, but I knew that was already out there. But it's one of those things, well, hey, that's 6 months down the road. A lot can change. And as that thing flamed up like it did and got so hot, it's like when Ole said, okay, wrestling season's here. I'm going to take some time off. In those days, you wouldn't have dared taking time off for a number of reasons. We're starting to make money. We were getting over big time. And if you stepped out of that slot, somebody was going to step in and you may never get it back. A lot of variables.
Oh yeah. But Ole was a tremendous star. When him and Gene, I mean, you just put those guys on the card back in the 70s, 60s, 70s. I mean, it was big business there, and we all gleaned off of Ole just in the dressing room, things that he would say, things that he would do in the ring, the same thing. And I think that Arn and I were a little bit, we could think outside of a box a little bit more with some of the baby faces and stuff like that we had to perform with. We adapted more to our opponents, whereas our opponents had to adapt more to Ole. Would I be safe in saying that?
Yeah, you would. And Ole made you earn his niche. If you want to put in a capsule what Ole Anderson was to the industry, this is my take on it, watching it from the apron, firsthand. He didn't give you anything. Anything you got in a match with Ole, you had to earn it. And you had to chop him down. My God. And you literally had to half-ass out-wrestle him to get an advantage on him. And you could see that. The audience could see that. And it was like from the second he locked up with a guy, it was a struggle, and you felt that. And there were a lot of guys that had to step outside, like you said, Tully, of their style and work more to his style if they were going to make it competitive, because he was going to bring it to you.
He wasn't changing either.
No, he was not. And there was no room for error. He stuck with his style, and you're right. Him and Gene, it was never lost on me. I was given a gift. I was an Anderson before I was a Horseman. And I knew that Gene and Ole, and I have I don't talk about Lars because I never saw those guys work as a team, and I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to be dumb saying something that I have no knowledge of. But Gene and Ole were as good a team and as over a team as probably there was in the business. And I stepped into that spot. It was a gift for me. And I knew that. I was just a rookie. I had no business being in that spot with the amount of experience that I had. And then when you guys stepped into that picture, I mean, I was just like walking around with my mouth gaped open, because all top guys in the industry, not just in the company, but in the industry. There's Ric Flair, there's Tully Blanchard, there's J.J. Dillon, it's like Arn Anderson. It's like, my God, how did I get here?
Yeah, but one thing, Arn, that you may not have had the time experience, but we could all see talent personified in you, and you were an absolute sponge learning everything. So you fit in absolutely perfectly.
Well, I appreciate that. I know that I tried my best to just listen and learn and watch, and I learned something, and I mean a ton of something from every one of you guys, every one of you.